Hi, Meg here from I Teach Stamping, and welcome to the Friday Flip. So the Friday Flip is where we take one project idea and we flip it into something completely different, keeping the elements of the card that we like and changing what we need to in order to make the card work for us. So let's go ahead and start with our inspiration card. It's going to be this one right here. Now, I love this Christmas card because I like the different layers hanging off of it. But we're going to take this and we're going to turn it into a thank you card. We're going to use two different stamp sets to do this. I'm going to be using the apple of my eye from Stampin' Up, as well as the six-sided sampler. So we're going to start with our stamping, and I'm starting on a piece of Smoky Slate that's going to be 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And in Tuxedo black ink, I'm going to ink up the thank you. And the thank you comes from the apple of my eye set. I'm just going to get that nice and stamped. And since I'm using a photopolymer set, I've got a mat underneath it. There we go. Actually, probably help if I spray it first. So go ahead and wash that and dry that. The faster you wash these, the less likely they're going to be to stain. All right, now we're going to switch to a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to use a wood mount stamp so I can move the foam out of the way. Literally throw it out of the way. So I've got an extra piece of Whisper White cardstock. And this is the one that's kind of got that checkerboard pattern on it. So this is from that six-sided sampler. So saying Tuxedo black. We're going to bring in some Smoky Slate. Close that up. And you know what? I forgot. You're actually going to want 2 of the black ones. I meant to stamp that one last, and I didn't, and then I forgot. So do 2 of these guys. And then that one was Melon Mambo. All right, so all of our stamping, once you get that last one stamped, is done. And the next thing we want to do is bring in our Hexagon Punch and just punch these out. Now, when it comes to making layers for these, for this particular punch, I think it's very easy because they're all straight lines. So, what I do is I take them, I'm going to attach some adhesive to this guy, and we're just going to layer it onto an extra piece of cardstock. And I'm picking one of them, one of the sides to be where I don't have to cut all 6, just 5 of them. So we're going to take that, and I'm just eyeballing it, and I'm not moving my cardstock or my scissors. We're just going straight line. So you would do this for 2 black, and then layer them onto the coordinating cardstock for the Smoky Slate and Melon Mambo. And just get those all cut out. So I did them ahead of time just for time's sake. And we are done with this. We are actually ready to start building out our card. So we're going to start with a piece of Whisper White that's going to be 1 1/2 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to layer this onto a piece of Melon Mambo that is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4. And before we go any further, I'm going to take some basic black stitch satin ribbon. I just had glue dots on it on each end, and we're just going to go right into the middle and wrap this around. So that we have this done, we can bring it in and we can layer it on our cardstock. Now anytime I'm going to do a long banner like this, I like to use my grid paper because it is going to go from end to end, and I just want to make sure that I am putting this layer on straight. So I'm doing this one right at 2 blocks up from the bottom, which is going to be 1/2 inch. So now we can take this and we can attach it to the front of our card. The front of our card is going to be thick Whisper White cardstock, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I scored it at 4 1/4. All right, so we have that. Now let's go ahead and build out the inside. So I'm going to take another piece of Smoky Slate, and I've got a piece of Melon Mambo that is too long on purpose, and you will see why. But I want to add some adhesive. This is why you want 2 of the black ones, because we want one for the inside, one for the outside. We're going to take this, we're going to put this across. When I say it's a little bit long, it's about 5.5 inches, and it's going to go onto this Smoky Slate that's 4 inches by 5.25 inches. But for me, I have found it so much easier. Oh, and I almost didn't do exactly what I just said, of using that grid paper. I just find it's easier to leave it a little long and then trim off the excess when you're dealing with scraps, and this is the perfect way to use up scraps. So I'm just going to take this and trim off the excess. Ta-da! So this is going to be the inside of our card. Take this and drop it in the middle. Okay, now we're ready to go back in and build out our other hexagons. So I'm going to start with our basic black piece. It's going to go pretty high up. The next one I'm going to bring in is the Smoky Slate. Drop it kind of down low. And then that Melon Mambo, like so. All right, to finish it up, we're going to add a cute bow. So we're bringing the 10-second bow maker and more of this fabulous satin ribbon. Just going to do a single loop bow, but when you buy the 10-second bow maker, you get access to training videos that teach you all different kinds of bows that you can make. I'm going to pick this up, move my tails where I want them to be, and I'm just grabbing my ribbon scissors. That's what you heard clunking around, was me trying to flip them over so I could pick them up. All right, so we have our perfect tied bow right there. Come over to a glue dot. Kiss that on there. Peel it off. And then put it in place on our card. And just like that, we have this stinking cute thank you card. So let's go ahead and bring in our inspiration card. Remember, this was it. It was a Christmas card. So we kept having the 3 elements. We kept the bow. We kept the layers. We added a little bit more color because this one really just had the 2 colors with it. We added a 3rd over here. We kept our sentiment in the same place. This card did not have an inside, and look at how beautifully we tied the inside of the card to the outside of the card, tying all those colors right back in. And just like that, we have another Friday flip in the books. So I hope you enjoyed this card. If you enjoyed learning how to make this card, and if you enjoy the Friday flip, please be sure to like the video below. Also be sure to share it with your friends. Make sure that you are subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss a single video when I post them. You'll be the first to find out as a subscriber. Again, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.